Hi, I'm Quiva, and welcome to Quiva's Unsolicited Opinion, the wedding series absolutely nobody asked for, but everyone needs. If you're planning a wedding, been invited to a wedding, or still dreaming about that wedding Pinterest board you made when you were 12, you're in the right place. Each week, I'll be giving my unsolicited opinion on anything from bridal trends, old traditions, and even guest list chaos disasters. Anything that makes a wedding unforgettable, for better or for worse. Now, are my opinions controversial? Sometimes. Are they correct? You tell me. Let's get into it. Hey, I'm back again with Quiva's Unsolicited Opinion, and I have three topics that I'm going to talk about today. Should a person automatically have the right to bring a plus one? If you have a friend and they don't have a partner, they don't have no one, they ain't talking to no one, because I don't think talking stages should be invited to weddings, to be completely honest. I think that if your friend, as I said, is single, is in a talking stage with someone, because obviously we're in that generation where there is talking stages and there's exclusivity and all that crap. If they are in one of those situations, I don't think that person should be allowed have a plus one and be able to come to the wedding. No, 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 no. Why do I have a random ass person at my wedding that even my friend barely knows? She's only talking to the person. She doesn't know the person. So why the hell are they at my wedding? Do you know what I mean? If someone actually is in a relationship with a person, yes, they should be entitled to come. I do believe so. Yeah. Because a lot of people, I think, especially friends, you might have a lot of friends that aren't friends with your other friends. So I do think that they would need like to have a certain person there with them so it doesn't feel awkward. Because there is a few of my friends that are awkward when it comes to big group gatherings. So I do think if they had their rock with them, their person to be with them, it'd be fine. Not everyone's like me that would talk to a tree. Do you know what I mean? Or talk to my phone with a mic. You get where I'm coming from here. So yeah, I do think plus ones should be invited if it is a partner. If it is a talking stage, no. Or if the person is single, no. Don't just bring some random person to my wedding because you're single. And that's no offense to you for being single. Like, no offense at all to you for being single. At all. Like, no. It's just that don't bring someone random. Don't bring a talking stage, and don't bring your friend or your sibling or whoever along with you. No. If it's going to be that awkward for you to come to my wedding on your own, don't go. I said it. I said it, I ain't taking it back. Don't go. I am that brutal. I am indeed that brutal. If you being awkward at my wedding because I told you that you couldn't bring a talking stage person that you have been talking to for a week to my wedding, don't come. Don't even bother coming. As I said, I am brutal. When it comes to, let's say, plus ones for work colleagues, let's say you've invited work colleagues. Now, I've mentioned this before in a previous podcast, but I don't think you should be bringing work colleagues to your wedding unless you unless you meet them outside of work. But if you don't know the slightest thing about them, why are they at your wedding in the first place? Do you know what I mean? Like, the work colleagues that I will bring to my wedding are the work colleagues that turn into my friends, the ones that I would consider as friends. I have multiple people from multiple different work places that I've worked in that I now will say they are my friends because I meet them outside of work. But if you are the type of person that is a people pleaser, which could never be me, and you want to invite all of your work colleagues, they should not be bringing their partners. In my eyes, they should not be bringing their partners because the work colleagues have each other. So let's just say Bob and Anne work together, and Stacey and Carol, to know who any of these people are, they all work together. They should not be bringing their partners because they can mingle with each other for the night. They know each other. They can mingle with each other for the night. You're just adding 4 more tables, 4 more seats, 4 more starters, main courses, desserts, wines to your budget that you do not need. Save your money. Save your money. You probably don't even know about Carol's partner. He's never mentioned his partner to you. So why are they at your wedding? So when it comes to work colleagues, if you are inviting work colleagues, they do not need to bring their plus ones. Plus ones shouldn't be automatic to everyone. If you don't know who the plus one's name will be, the plus one should not be coming to your wedding. Is that fair? Is that fair to say? I think that's fair to say. If I'm inviting my friend Rachel and I don't know what Rachel's boyfriend's, girlfriend's, whatever name is, then why are they coming to my wedding? Like, either I'm not close enough with Rachel in the first place and she's never told me her partner's name, or it's really, 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 really new and they're still in the talking stage, or I work with Rachel and Rachel's never mentioned her partner. And there'll be other work people there that Rachel can mingle with instead. Do you know what I mean? I think that's fair. I think that should be a rule because otherwise you're wasting your money on random people. I'm not going to lie. Next one is it rude to have a cash bar? I thought this was normal. I would say this is normal to have a cash bar because some people be out here and they could drink a lot. I think cash bars should be the norm, 1010%, because you're going to be paying a lot for guests at your wedding. Even if you had 20 guests at your wedding, 20. The price of alcohol nowadays, not even the price of alcohol, the price of just a Coke Zero is through the roof. So yeah, no. Open bars where people pay for themselves, cash bars, should be the thing to have at every wedding. Unless you're a millionaire and you want to spend your money. Go away, go on, do your own thing. Not a bother. Last question is splitting costs between families. I think this is up for consideration to the point that culture and different traditions and stuff that people have is completely different with everyone and anyone. Splitting costs between families, though, I do think it is common. I would say it's common for the parents of the bride and the groom to give a sum of money. Doesn't have to be a lot to the couple, and then from there it just adds into their budget basically. So they're given, like, let's say, I don't know, let's just say $2,000. Give $2,000 to me, give $2,000 to my partner, and then we add that collectively into our budget. So we now have $4,000 to go and spend on other stuff or whatever. Do I think splitting the costs of everything between families is fair? I do think splitting the costs between couple is fair. Yeah. Like, I don't plan on paying 70% of the wedding and my partner paying 30%. And vice versa. I don't plan on paying 30% to my partner paying 70%. It will be a 50-50 split. 110%. It will be a 50-50 split. No one's going to change my mind on that. Everything, when it comes to partnerships, it should always be 50-50. In my eyes, that is how I see it. I make my own money. They make their own money. It should be 50-50. Now, if I was going out with a billionaire, which will never happen, but if I was, my partner's going to be absolutely delighted with me because, as I said, I'm a cheapskate. I don't like spending money. I think at the end of the day, you shouldn't be just going off and paying whatever you want because it is a combined what you both want. I know one person will want something and the other person won't care, and vice versa. But I do think that when you write down the budget and you put down, okay, decor, suits, dresses, it should just be a straight on split. Like, money that you have saving for the wedding should just be 50-50 going into it. I do believe. Now, the question obviously was splitting costs between families. I don't think it's a case of families. Again, depending on your culture, depending on tradition, family tradition, or whatever culture you have. Obviously, families then on a certain side pays in some religion or so on, so on, so on. But do I think splitting costs between partners that are getting married? 1010%. I do think it should be 50-50. 100%. Now, all my women out there who's going to be like, what are you saying? What do you mean? I'm so sorry. An independent woman like me can have no man paying for my stuff. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, I do think it's 50-50. But what do you think? And that's my unsolicited opinion. If you agreed with me, let me know. We could be besties. If you didn't agree with me, that's okay. You're allowed to be wrong sometimes. Make sure you're following Weddings.ie podcast so you never miss an episode of Quiva's Unsolicited Opinion, and send this to someone who really needs to hear it. Until next time, let me know what I should give my opinion on next, and consider this your wedding reality check. Bye.